Have you ever done something you didn't truly want to do, but later told yourself, "I chose this"? Have you ever walked away from a simple conversation, feeling confused, drained, and somehow guilty? The truth is, some people don't control you with force. They manipulate your mind. Not with threats, not with pressure, but with guilt, fear of abandonment, and emotional games. And the most dangerous part is this: you don't even realize you're trapped. Manipulation trap. Manipulation is not always loud. It doesn't always look aggressive or obvious. In fact, the most dangerous manipulation feels calm, kind, and even loving. The manipulation trap is when someone subtly influences your emotions, your thoughts, and your decisions in a way that benefits them, while slowly disconnecting you from yourself. They don't tell you what to do. They make you feel like you have no other choice. You begin to doubt your instincts. You question your boundaries. And over time, you lose trust in your own judgment. That's how the trap works. Why do we fall for manipulation? Why is it so easy for others to influence us without force? It all starts inside our mind. We all have fear of rejection, the worry that if we say no, we'll be abandoned. Need for approval, the desire to be liked, loved, or accepted. Guilt and responsibility, feeling accountable for others' happiness. Emotional dependency, relying on someone else for validation or comfort. Manipulators know these vulnerabilities. They play with them. They twist your feelings, so you act in ways that serve their interests, often against your own. The trap is subtle, but its effect is powerful. How do you know if you're caught in a manipulation trap? Here are some clear signs. You constantly doubt your instincts, feeling unsure even about decisions you once felt confident about. You feel guilty for things you didn't even do or situations that are not your responsibility. Your boundaries are ignored or dismissed, and you feel powerless to say no or defend yourself. You often second-guess your decisions after interacting with someone, questioning whether you acted wrong or selfishly. You feel confused, drained, or anxious after conversations, even if everything seemed normal on the surface. You start prioritizing others' feelings over your own needs, sacrificing your comfort, energy, and sometimes your values. You notice patterns repeating, the same people, same situations, same feelings, leaving you trapped in a cycle you can't break. If these feelings sound familiar, chances are you're being subtly manipulated. The more aware you become of these patterns, the more you can take back control of your mind, your choices, and your life. Manipulators have a toolbox of subtle techniques they use to influence your mind. Here are the most common. 1. Playing the victim. They make you feel responsible for their emotions. 2. Conditional love or approval. If you loved me, you would do this. 3. Silent treatment or emotional withholding, punishing you without words. 4. Guilt tripping, making you feel bad for asserting yourself. 5. Gaslighting, making you question your memory, perception, or sanity. 6. Overloading with information or confusion, clouding your judgment to gain control. 7. Flattery or charm, making you feel special to lower your guard. The danger is in the subtlety. You may not even realize it's happening. That's why awareness is your first line of defense. Being trapped in manipulation can quietly erode your life. You lose trust in your own judgment. You feel drained, anxious, or constantly on edge. Your self-esteem and confidence slowly fade. You may sacrifice your values, needs, or happiness just to appease others. Relationships become toxic, repetitive, and draining. Over time, you might forget who you really are, letting someone else's desires define your life. The most dangerous part. It often happens gradually. By the time you notice it, the patterns are deeply ingrained, making it harder to break free. Awareness is the first step. Setting boundaries and reclaiming control is the next. Escaping a manipulation trap starts with awareness. Once you see it, you can take control. Here's how. 1. Name it. Recognize the manipulation for what it is. Awareness gives you power. 2. Rebuild your boundaries. Clearly define what you will and won't accept. Say no when needed. 3. Trust your instincts. Your gut feelings are signals, not suggestions to ignore. 4. Detach emotionally. Avoid getting sucked into guilt, fear, or obligation. 5. Limit exposure. If possible, distance yourself from manipulative individuals. 6. Seek support. Talk to friends, mentors, or a therapist who can validate your feelings. 7. Practice self-care. Protect your energy, prioritize your needs, and reaffirm your worth. Remember, breaking free is not about punishing anyone. It's about reclaiming your life, your choices, and your peace of mind. Remember, being manipulated is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that your heart and mind are open. The real power begins when you see the trap and choose to take your control back. Your thoughts, your decisions, your emotions, they belong to you. And in the next episode, we'll uncover one of the deepest and most painful traps of all. Emotional dependency trap. The trap that makes you feel incomplete without someone else. The trap that keeps you attached, even when it hurts. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And make sure you don't miss the next episode. Because freedom starts with awareness.